Okay, so this is our second podcast with my friend and I. And so, first of all, let's talk about the snowy Halloween yesterday. I mean, it was insane though. Like, just the amount of snow.
My shoes got dirty,
Reasonable.
and my outfit was not warm.
Yeah. What were you for Halloween?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Okay, well, you don't have to if you're
Copyright restriction. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Also, don't mind the background noise. It's just your average house. But I was a World War II guy. But I didn't use this helmet.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, because it was all snowy. And I didn't want to ruin it. So I just used the Vietnam helmet.
I was a Civil War officer.
Oh, yeah.
There's another person with me who was also a Civil War officer.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Like that.
he had like a band-aid around his, or like a bandage around his head. It was like all like red.
Oh, I think I saw that guy at school.
Yeah.
In the band, right?
Yeah, he's in band.
Oh,
I
yeah.
walked past him, pat him, touched his shoulder, and was like, so. Because he's also in my Civil War reenactment group.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like to do a reenactment.
Well, if I find a World War II one online, I'll make sure to let you know.
I mean, I do anyone for fun.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's insane the amount of snow, though. It's crazy. And yesterday, it wasn't even November yet, and it was snowing hard.
Revolution.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to talk about the Revolutionary War this video. So we actually have a topic now. Unlike that video. we literally went all over the place for that video. Like Civil War, World War II, Cold War even, and World War One. Yeah.
We did a little bit about the revolution.
So we're gonna try to stay on topic this video. That would be smart.
I just got a perfect book for today, but you know, since it was written by another person, I probably couldn't have brought it to like read from it.
I mean, you could probably bring it, but then
Yeah.
say
This is the book.
it's the author is blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. You need to cite your sources.
Yeah.
But it's like called The Notorious Adventures of Benedict Arnold, which is the traitor of the Revolution. That's what he's known for. Besides George Washington being a traitor, but hey, who knows?
In what way was he a traitor?
I'm a loyalist.
Of course. Wait, actually,
Yes. I believe in King George. I say I'm a loyalist.
I mean, you do you, but
Yeah. The one day we learned about it, the teacher said, "Hey, so what would you consider yourself to be? A patriot, a loyalist, or a neutralist?" I raised my hand immediately and said, "I'm a loyalist."
Mm.
I got a lot of mean looks that day.
I mean, to be fair, the loyalists weren't that great of people. You're not saying that you're a bad person.
No, it's not that the loyalists were bad people. They just agreed with King George.
Who's a bad guy? In some ways. I don't know.
Hey,
whatever.
I'm Italian. I don't care.
Yeah. Wait,
My family wasn't here during the war, so
wait, really?
yeah, we were in Italy. It was in the 1700s.
Is that factual? Or
Well, yeah, because my like great grandfather, which would be in like the 1800s, moved here from Italy.
I think my dad's great grandpa moved here in like 1922 from because that's when he was born. He moved here from Ireland or Scotland. I don't know which one.
Mine might have been the 19. Maybe it was the 8th. Mine was in the 8th. I knew they weren't in like the Civil War or the Revolutionary War because I've checked if I'm related to John Wilkes Booth, but and it said nope, you're still in Italy at this time.
I mean, but then again, your family could be connected. Like, if you had an Italian family member from your side and then like an American family member from like who was born here in America, they could have been married. That one person could have been connected to a revolutionary. I don't know.
The
I'm
thing
just making
is-
a thing.
The thing is, my grandpa is Italian, my grandma is Irish, and then like I think everyone on my mom's side is Hungarian.
Hungary. Oh, cool.
So I don't think it ever reached back to America.
That makes sense. Until when you guys moved here.
Yeah.
Your family moved here. So I think a lot of my family, a lot of it is from like Ireland
Yeah.
and Scotland. And I'm pretty sure like my dad's side is from Germany and Netherlands. Like those are the top two main things. So I'm pretty German, Dutch, Scottish, and Irish. That's my main. Now I have had thoughts of me being part Belgian or part Norwegian
You
because
must
my
really-
grandma might have some of that, but I don't think so.
You must really like waffles then.
That was so hilarious, bro.
Alright, let's get back on topic.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're talking about family history that goes
Yeah,
back.
it's part of it.
It could, yeah. Which I'm gonna include that later in the video of one of my family members who served in the Revolutionary War. I'll talk about that. Which, yeah. Okay, so why not for the Revolutionary War we start from the beginning?
Yes. No
Should we-
taxation without representation.
Should we start from Boston or like the Boston Massacre area, or should we go to start from Lexington and Concord?
I say we should do what was the start of the revolution, and then
Which was like the
Events.
Step Act, Boston Massacre.
yeah, all the just forget what I said about me being a loyalist. I'm gonna destroy Britain at this moment. Let's say I'm a patriot now.
Alright.
The British were taxing them, and they didn't want to be taxed. I mean, they're being taxed for one of the most silliest things that there can be. I mean, paper, paper is not really a bad act.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's produced.
It takes trees.
Yeah. So, I mean, that could be.
Although, but then, so from the taxes,
Yeah.
they established a ton of taxes though because they lost. I think they lost the French and Indian War, right?
I wasn't here that day that we learned that, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
they lost.
And so they're in debt, a ton of money. So
Yeah.
they
So
need to
they-
pay that off, and what they would do is tax the colonists a ton of money to get the money that they need to pay off their taxes.
The act that
Yes.
the taxing that didn't really make sense was the Tea Act. I think, yeah, the Tea Act, because it was the British's tea that they were bringing over from ships from Britain, and they're making the colonists pay for it.
Well, I know, but then I think what the Tea Act actually was, I remember learning about this. It was where they actually talked to British India, and British India, I don't know if that they existed yet or anything, but they talked about where they would get some money, and it'd be so much cheaper to import it straight from India to the colonists, but then they would make the same amount of money. So that's where the tea tax came in, and right after that, Boston Tea Party.
Exactly, because the colonists were fed up. They're like, you know what? Let's teach these people. Let's protest. Let's boycott.
Yeah.
So let's.
Boycotting was a big thing then too.
They did a lot, like the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
Those people were.
And okay, so let's go to the Tea Act now.
Yeah. So
Is it racist to dress up as Indians? And
nowadays it is.
I mean, I don't think nowadays it is because there's Halloween, so you can do costumes and
It
stuff.
doesn't matter. It's still racist.
I know, but
I mean,
I
if
don't
you're on Halloween, maybe
yeah,
they might change the guidelines a little bit, but on a normal day, racist.
yeah.
But they snuck aboard I think it was 2, maybe 3 ships.
I thought it was one ship, and that they just dumped 350 pounds of tea into the harbor.
I think it was 2 ships. Because
Oh, maybe I don't know. I don't know the exact.
because there wouldn't just be one ship in the harbor. Plus, I think.
I mean, yeah, but then of course be other British ships. And
Yeah.
stuff,
And then I think they did 2 ships, and then grabbed a whole bunch of tea and then dumped it into the harbor.
I mean, I don't know. If we're wrong, tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Because we don't know
Or decide
exactly everything.
if it's 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just look it up after this.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? That must have really made the harbor taste really yummy.
Oh yeah.
But no, it was like all salty because it was connected to the ocean. So
I mean, why are they taxing on tea? Like there's tea in the water. Like soldiers running into battle. Like, oh, I'm a bit thirsty. I'm gonna pour out my teacup and make myself a cup of tea.
I mean, I think like you said in the last podcast or video, whatever, that the Germans in like I think you said World War II and World War I, were like needed to build like wooden floors,
Yeah.
that stuff all around them.
I mean, they didn't need to, but
Well, they just-
I think they were ordered to.
Yeah.
By the general.
But like, I think the British did that too because, like,
Wait,
you
when?
I don't know, but when
Wait,
you
no. What war are you talking about in this?
Well, I'm skipping forward and talking about the Battle of Trenton right now with the Hessians, which is
Oh, all
also
the
Germans.
way?
Well, no, I'm gonna go back, but
Okay.
like they were all cozy because they snuck over that town. They were like the most feared,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so like they were all nice. But well, the colonists were freezing because it was winter in the forest.
In Valley Forge.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
What comes after the Tea Act? Because we were just talking about that.
But
Oh no, we can finish what we were saying about the Tea Act because
Boston
Yeah.
Tea Party
So-
was after it, and then after that,
why don't you finish what we were talking about?
yeah,
So then they would dress up as Indians,
yeah,
dump the tea in the Boston Harbor. And I think the Boston Harbor was closed because they wanted to clean it up and also
punish.
they would punish some people and
Which led
It-
to
it wouldn't
the
be able to be-
Intolerable Acts.
yeah, it wouldn't be able to be used until the tea was paid for because it was like
Yeah.
a ton of tea.
Which was part of the Intolerable Acts that closed the harbor until the colonists paid for the tea. The Quartering Act, which followed that, I'm not saying these in order, but the Quartering Act was they had to let the British soldiers,
Like sleep in any house. they
yeah,
wanted.
no matter what happened. And then there was some sort of general who became like governor of Massachusetts.
The British general.
He was a British general. Howe, I think. General Howe.
Is that the lazy guy or like the slow guy that takes his time? I don't know. I forgot. That was in the Battle of Trenton. No, that was the Hessian
That was
guy.
a
Actually.
colonel.
Yeah, that was the Hessian. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
But oh wait, I made a poster about this. Yeah, so that's all I can think about right now. But
Okay. After the Tea Party, right?
and then
Oh no, the Intolerable Acts. After that, I think the colonists had built up a militia
yeah,
and they stored them in Lexington, right?
yeah.
Or no, was that
No,
Concord?
Boston Massacre came first, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I think we skipped that.
Yeah, and then
Whatever. We just really
so then all these patriots or colonists still were mad at the British. So one went to talk to him. Don't really know the name, and he was like, "Hey, you can't do this." And then the colonists either punched the British soldier or hit him with a rock.
Yeah, I think they were throwing snowballs, rocks, and like sticks
Yeah.
or something.
And then more colonists got in, and then next thing you know, it was all like, bam, British soldiers.
So I remember seeing this before. So one British soldier hit a guy
Yeah,
with his
musket.
stock. Yeah, with a stock musket. And then I don't know I forgot what had happened after that, but it just went into a fight.
Yeah, they all like started
Like,
throwing snowballs.
Someone,
throwing rocks.
some British soldier fired.
Yeah.
And then it just started like to become a bloodbath.
The first person to die was Crispus And his first name was Christmas. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. I think he was African or
He was African American. And then, like, I don't know why they called it a massacre, just to, like, get the Patriots all riled up, even though it was only,
I
like,
think
5 people.
John Revere, was that his name?
Paul Revere?
Paul Revere. I think he made the picture that was like fake almost.
Yeah, because, like,
it described it, but
they
not
look
as
all defenseless and,
yeah.
like, attacked by these mean British soldiers.
Yeah, and
Grr.
it showed in it like the general like putting his sword up like this,
Yeah.
showing that like fire or something.
Known as the Bloody Massacre.
So back to what we were continuing on.
Yes, so after the Boston Massacre, that came.
Lexington conquered.
Yes, the
British were marching like what wasn't it like 17 hours to get to
yeah,
Concord?
but I think we skipped like what led to Lexington, because like after the Boston Massacre, the army had created
Militiamen.
a militia,
They
and
had
the leaders of these groups weren't George Washington yet, because
he got assigned later.
Yeah, it was John Hancock and Sam Adams who were kind of leading these groups, which they hid. So the group the militia hid weapons in Concord, and the army was marching on Lexington.
Yeah.
So, and the British knew about this, so that they were starting to march. Paul Revere then comes and warns them, "You can now go," because I've been talking for a while.
And so he rides all the way up to, I think, wasn't Concord where they were storing the weapons?
And
Yeah,
Sam
like-
Adams and John Hancock.
Like the 2 cannons,
yeah.
a couple hundred guns and stuff. And the militiamen were hiding out there.
Yeah.
And once, cause it was like a long walk, so like they were tired, the British. And once they got there, they found nothing, so they started burning like houses and stuff.
Exactly.
And it was so bad.
Some people are like, "Oh, it's just Paul Revere, and just him. He's the Knight Rider. He's the best person out there.
Yeah,
He's the
which-
one who warned him."
The Night Rider was a pretty famous thing.
Yeah, but there was like 3 other people, which some of them I can't think of. I think there was someone whose last name was Doss, and then I think it was Prescott, who started to become a general in the Continental Army during the Battle of Bunker Hill.
So once the British, no, I'm just gonna continue on what we're talking.
Yeah.
So once the British started leaving, they were all mad and angry, and I think the colonists led a surprise attack as they were leaving.
Yeah.
Like all the way back to Boston, they just kept like attacking on different angles on the trail.
Starting at Lexington.
And that technically was the first battle of the war.
Yeah, like the first shot heard around the world, because the news traveled so quickly,
Oh yeah.
and no one really knows who shot it.
Oh no, yeah, it wasn't. I forgot about that one. There was a standoff, and then there was a shot heard around the world because someone shot by accident. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess by
Or
accident.
maybe not by accident. Maybe because I've heard there was many different theories. Like could have been a farmer in the distance. It could have been an accident trigger pull. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. So battle shot heard around the world. Why it was like that? What came after was, I think, Bunker Hill.
Oh yeah, Bunker Hill.
Well,
And then
not after, but like
a little bit after.
little.
A
Yeah.
couple months. Well, wasn't it the Declaration of Independence or the first continent on this?
When did that came after Bunker Hill? But so basically Bunker Hill was technically a win for us.
Well,
But-
we kind of retreated on it.
Yeah, but like technically it was a win for us because we did. The British technically won, but some people believe we kind of won in spirit.
I can understand that though because like so what happened was there was there was Bunker Hill, and then there was like this Reed's Hill.
Yeah, which
And we
was,
fought on Reed's Hill. Instead
Yeah.
of Bunker Hill, so that was weird. Although technically it was just a bunker on a hill.
Yeah.
And what happened was I think the British had like 2,000 troops. They were treated 2 times, and then they had a round attack on the back, and then we had to escape down across a river into New York, I think.
Yeah.
And then, so I think the battle after that was Long Island, right?
I think so.
And that was like New York. Oh no, Battle of New York was after Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Long Island. Dang it, what happened on the Battle of Long Island? Was that the one where they snuck around and we had to cross the river? Or was that Bunker Hill?
Oh, wait.
I think we got this all wrong.
So, at one point, George Washington had to cross a river called the Delaware River.
Yeah, well that was when they went to the Battle of Trenton.
Yeah, but that's not it. And well, that was for Trenton, but so that's not it for what we're talking about.
Oh. I know, you just want to skip the 2 battles.
Well, we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, I completely forgot. We just learned about it too. Which is weird.
Let's go to
The next battle, I remember, was Battle of New York, right? Where they had like
that's I
Yes.
think where they stole the cannons.
wait, was it after Trenton or before Trenton?
I think that was before Trenton because Henry Knox was sent to steal cannons.
Yeah.
And he did, and he had to walk all through like the winter, but that was before Battle of Trenton, and after the First Continental Congress.
Yeah. So let's skip to like when we retreated across the river from the Hessians when they came out to the U.S. So I think we were on like a rush to. Oh no, it wasn't from the Hessians because they weren't here yet.
Yeah, it's from the British.
So yeah, it was just from the British.
Yeah.
So we retreated across the river, right?
Yeah.
And crap. What was I gonna say? We retreated across the river.
Yeah.
Didn't we steal some boats from like some farmer guys? or
Yes, that was like right before the Battle of Trenton. We, like George Washington.
something? Wasn't it before Valley Forge actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, wasn't
So
it?
why don't we? Okay, continue on.
I feel like it was Valley Forge then this.
Then Trenton.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Like this is before Valley Forge.
yeah, this is making me think a lot.
Yeah. So let's continue on this. So we crossed the river, and then once we crossed the river, I think we walked like a ton to get to Valley Forge,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and then once we got to Valley Forge, just talk about that now.
We lost the cannon on the way there.
Yeah. No, that was just from the movie. It might have not been true.
Yeah, it might not have been true. There was a
That
lot
was
of
from the movie. We could have lost like a lot more stuff. but-
yeah. And like Valley Forge was just
Terrible.
horrible.
So we're at Valley Forge now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about my family member who served in the Continental Army.
Yeah.
So he actually joined in June 7th, 1777, and Valley Forge was December 1777. So this guy, he joined at the wrong time because it was like 3 months before Valley Forge.
Exactly.
So, okay, I didn't say this yet, but his name is James Lee. He was just, he wasn't the General James Lee,
Definitely not.
but he was just a normal soldier, born in Virginia, I think. And he served 3 years, like, so he served throughout the entire Valley Forge. So, which is funny, he survived. And he lived to the 1836, I think. So, that's 82 years from when he was born.
So
Which is pretty good for back then.
that reminds me of when you said he's not the General James Lee. When
He's
I
not the General James Lee.
when I was looking at something, I saw that there was a General David Matthews, or there was a soldier David Matthews, and that made me think, huh? There's a Dave Matthews in this era. And I said, he definitely just went back in time. Just said his name was David Matthews. Most people don't even know who that is.
Yeah, who is Dave Matthews?
Dave Matthews, he's in a band. It's called the Dave Matthews Band. I might be getting that wrong. I don't know a lot about music. I also don't listen to him.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Valley Forge. After I said about my guy.
He died in Valley Forge, definitely.
Oh, didn't he served 3 years and survived all 3 years.
Well,
So he served the entire war, or the rest of the war,
good for him.
and like after before General Washington too.
Probably.
So, oh yeah, I forgot he served in Battle of Trenton too. So he definitely killed a lot of
some Germans.
some Germans. All right, so Valley Forge. Just continue on that. It was terrible, honestly, and because they had like barely any clothes. Like, I'm a prestigious person, so like I would not survive any there because like if things are what
Nothing. It's just yesterday it was really snowy out and it was like cold.
I mean, okay, but
I went out there with like this on, like one shirt, an undershirt, pants, and then no boots, just shoes.
yeah,
I'm not comparing myself to them, but I didn't have any like jackets,
Yeah,
no hats, nothing to warm me up.
and so in Valley Forge, what they had, I feel like the shelters could have been warm, but then like I don't know because then.
Didn't have
But then they ended up just being cold. Like, I
Yeah.
think they had fires, but, like, they ended up getting smoked out.
yeah, because they didn't have any windows
Ventilation.
or
It's like-
ventilation.
yeah.
But the thing is, who does have windows?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was just thinking of something.
Trying to make a funny joke.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking of something.
So, they didn't have clothes, they didn't have, good shelters.
Washington was in Valley Forge.
Yeah, but he actually had a good shelter, because
Yeah.
I think he, some farmer guy or something,
Yeah.
gave him his house.
He had like a cape. He looked nice and snuggly.
Yeah, he actually had some clothes.
Yeah,
And, like, guys were sleeping with, like, their weapons and, like, pouring rain.
those were Minutemen who slept with their weapons.
Yeah. It was
And-
terrible.
Rain can destroy those muskets.
Yeah.
Because they were like made out of wood.
So I think they would put like wax on some like the special parts to keep it dry.
Yeah.
And okay, so dang it, let's go to the Battle of Trenton. So they cross the Delaware
To Trenton.
and to Trenton, yes.
On the day after Christmas.
Oh yeah, because all the Hessians were probably like drunk or something, drinking German beer.
They're
whatever.
hungover.
Oh no, wait, I forgot to say something for Valley Forge. Who's that guy? That Prussian guy.
Frederick von Steuben.
Frederick von Steuben. That guy. Let's talk about him for a
He
second.
trained those guys like good.
Yeah, like good. So that's. I mean, it's not probably one of the main reasons they won the Battle of Trenton because the Germans were drunk and stuff.
Well, he like trained them. He gave them like better.
Skills in battle.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about something else. Their like latrines were next to their kitchens.
Oh yeah, so he like moved things around.
Yes, he
like
gave
a
them
standard like camp.
sanitation. That's what they gave
Sanitation.
them.
Yes.
So yeah, he gave them that.
He order them around and
Yeah.
like put them in like tents next to the platoon or whatever.
Yeah.
They, like made platoons.
And at the end of this, he was an imposter.
Wait, really?
Well, I mean, he wasn't a king or.
And only reason he came to help us out was because I don't know if I should say this. Do you know the reason?
I think I do, but I'm just not thinking of it.
I think people in Prussia didn't like him as a general
Of course.
because they thought he was like some
Oh,
like
he was gay.
yeah, because he might have been gay. I think.
I think he was.
Like, not that gay is bad, but like,
Bum, 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 bum.
but yeah, not like what's sorry, I was just too excited. So not that gay is bad, but like,
Prussians didn't like
but I think back then gay wasn't a good thing. People didn't like it.
Yeah, because like
They probably just thought it was weird or something.
some old people are racist.
Nowadays, it's just like,
Oh, cool, you're gay.
Yeah.
Bye. Except not bye. You wouldn't say bye because
that'd just be mean.
we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
I'm probably gonna get copyrighted if I keep saying that.
So they crossed the Delaware into the Battle of Trenton. They
With like 800,000 Hessians, maybe less than that. Like maybe 8.
yeah no not
8,000 to 80,000, I think.
I thought it was 20,000, 22 maybe.
Another thing, put it in the comments.
Yeah. Correct any mistakes you see in this video. Tell us in the comments. So we just know that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Don't forget about Marquis de Lafayette.
yeah.
Marquis de Lafayette.
Oh yeah. Wait, who's that again? Oh yeah, he was a French guy. He donated a ton of money.
He helped in the Battle of Yorktown, I think. Well, that's not there yet. We're getting there.
Yorktown was after this. So.
Yeah, Yorktown was like at like the last major battle of the war.
Yeah.
Well, let's stop talking about that. Trenton.
Yes. So the Hessians are either just waking up or still asleep, drunk,
So
hungover.
there were soldiers plus fishermen, or so we know. Who knows? I'm not gonna say the movie title, but that movie could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were like apparently in the movie there were fishermen and like there were like 3 paths to get there. One was like the Continental Army with like George Washington, Hamilton.
I
Those
remember
people.
they like split up
Yeah,
and like surrounded the Hessians in
And
like
then-
a field.
different people like had more cannons. So like they went with Henry Knox, who was also there. Went a separate way to like load up their cannons so they could fire on Trenton, and then a
Yeah.
different group was just back up, basically.
And so once they got to the Hessian village, it wasn't like
Well, they got
owned by Hessians, but the area where they were staying,
Yeah,
they were all like either asleep. There's like no one outside, and so they charged. They started charging the enemy, breaking into like each house because they're all probably still asleep, and excuse me, and and they woke him up and they like had because once they were like in the battle, what was I gonna say? They like barely had even a uniform on too.
yeah. The only one who really took their time to get ready,
Yeah.
apparently to the movie again, was the colonel. Who
Yeah,
was in charge.
the general that was in charge of all the troops, like all of them.
Colonels and generals are 2 different things.
I don't know the difference between
One is a lesser command and one's a greater command. You think all the Hessians were there? Not all of them, but most of them were there.
So okay,
And again, according to the movie, they wiped out all of them.
well not all of
Not
them.
all of them. Like
They took,
over 50% of them.
they took capture like
30%.
yeah I was gonna say I think it was like close to 1,000 that they took capture, and they got some like cannons and weapons out of that too.
And the colonel, according to the movie, died.
Oh yeah, because it was apparently shot. Which I feel like that part could be true because like when the specific parts
Yeah, I think that might be true.
they try to make it accurate. So
Like-
maybe yeah.
Hamilton and someone else charging into a watch tower, which might be true.
Yeah.
And then the teachers cut that part out because it's too bloody. But yet we get to see the bullet enter the colonel, and we can't see like Hamilton and another person slashing up Hessians.
Dang, my teacher lets us watch that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
She would just warn us, like if we didn't like blood, like that is coming up.
You can go into the hall.
No, she just say like look down or something.
Can I be in your class?
Honestly, my teacher is so much like so nice. My social studies teacher.
Never mind. Oh, so we just finished Trenton.
Wasn't it Saratoga next when the French came in? Yeah, it was.
Saratoga was before Trenton.
No, because they didn't have French guys in the Battle of Trenton.
Oh, but George Washington. Okay, let's just go to Saratoga next.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We haven't talked about it
So
yet.
basically, Saratoga. And you can talk. I've been talking this whole time.
I forgot about Saratoga.
Yeah.
Like all I remember, it was that that the French decided like, wow, they won the Battle of
Spain.
Saratoga.
Don't forget about Spain.
Like Spain and France, they both were like, oh wow, it seems like the colonists can win because they won the Battle of Saratoga. So I'm gonna send in troops to help them so I can defeat Britain. Yeah, and like get payback basically. Because Britain like took the. Oh no, they won the battle. Yeah, they won
No.
the war, French Indian War.
Oh, the French and Indian War. Yeah, they won.
Yeah, the British won. So once they came in, the French were fighting the British. The French were fighting. I think the French and Spanish were fighting. I don't know if the Spanish really did anything, but the French were fighting the British on the water, while the Americans were fighting the British on the land. So that goes to the Battle of Yorktown, which was the last battle.
Because it was like foggy outside, and or this might be a different one, but they couldn't bring in the ships because it was foggy, so they can't really see. Maybe that's at the end, but it was like no wind.
The French?
No, the British. They didn't have any wind.
I don't remember learning about that.
So the sails were just, they weren't moving. So they didn't have any help by naval help. And yeah. I don't know, but that might be over 45 minutes.
I mean, I hope it's a good amount of time, but
Yeah.
so Battle of Yorktown. Once we could go into like until 18, like the year 1800, because Shays Rebellion. Have you learned about that yet? Shays Rebellion. Yeah. So after the Battle of Trenton, Britain, Spain, France, some other countries actually recognized that state of the U.S. as a state of its own, and so what they had to do next was set up a government, right?
Yeah. Sorry, there's a fly.
Yeah. Okay. So they had to set up the government, right? And
then a bunch of farmers started rebelling.
oh yeah, because they had to tax, because it was basically like after the French Indian War, they had to.
Wasn't that in Massachusetts where they started rebelling?
Yeah, but it was like the French Indian War because they lost a lot of money, so they need to get it back by taxing the people, and so they were mad again. So they're like, hey, we don't want to be taxed, so we're gonna start rebelling. So they started boycotting, I think, and rebelling the U.S. people, and I think by the end of it, they got absolutely demolished. And cat. Hi Fiona. This is the cat Fiona right down here. No. Okay, and so they started rebelling, but they all got absolutely crushed by the U.S. troops.
Yeah.
And
So there's Fiona.
sorry, my allergies.
So we don't show our face, but the cats can clearly show their face.
I mean, the cats aren't people, so it's okay.
At least Sparky isn't down here. He'd be like,
Meow. The cat has distracted us so much.
yes.
I'm gonna hit my face with it. The cat. So okay, we got cat now. Okay,
Cat's like
so oh, on the camera it looks like she's more blacker, but we're having too much fun now with the cat.
Well, I guess that's where we should stop it then.
I mean we can continue on a little bit.
Oh, now they got a cat butt.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just, Fiona's nice. This is Fiona. If you didn't hear me before. Oh dang! I'm gonna have to pick that up later. But yeah. So we're basically done. But we could talk about a little like what their health was during the Revolutionary War. You want to do that right now?
Their health was bad.
I can definitely agree because like a lot of times they didn't actually have like the right equipment. Like they didn't have like treatments.
They didn't have shoes.
Oh, the cat's gone.
And sure, Thomas Paine's article, Common Sense, he said, and all the charities I'm gonna get, they're going straight to the Congress. They're going to get them supplies and shoes and boots and clothing. Where'd that money lead you, Thomas Paine? Their army and their shoes were still awful.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's... And then the Congress... We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't we talk about that now? Because this is the Revolutionary War.
It's we could talk about after the Revolutionary War next time.
No, but the Continental Congressmen, because they came to Valley Forge, and
All right, and then there's this Declaration of Independence, which is basically a breakup letter to King George,
this is kind of all just like the background information.
written by Thomas Paine, or not Thomas
No,
Paine,
Thomas
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Yes.
Two Thomases.
It's funny. There's like so many like people named the same thing, like John, James, like common names: John, James, George, Benjamin, Thomas. Wait, how did I say it?
Sam.
Sam? Yeah. Samuel.
Yeah.
Jakes.
And then okay, and then during the time of the Revolutionary War, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin were in Paris creating the Treaty of Paris.
Yeah.
Which basically ended the war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, crap, what was the Treaty of Paris again? What did it include? Like, so, dang it.
Wait, no, it's the Declaration of Independence.
The cat is so distracted.
Yes, the cat is distracting us. It's the cat's fault. Bye.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, what did the Treaty of Paris include? I forgot.
Words.
That is, I
can't think anymore.
Yeah, we don't really need to talk about it. So, I think, make sure to watch our older videos, or our first podcast, even though it's really just stuff, but...
Yeah, it's just stuff. This is actually when we talked about the topic.
Yeah. And so, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever, I don't care.
Next episode might be about...
It should be next week.
Yes.
I think we were planning to do it yesterday, yesterday.
Yeah, but...
Because of Halloween, we had no time.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to do them on... We're either going to do them on Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
We can always just do it any time of the week, like anytime.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's like next week, like it works. You know?
After Tuesdays.
So, watch our shorts, other videos, everything.
And to sum it all up, Hitler was bad.
Very much indeed.
I don't know if that was cut
Wait.
last time.
To sum it all up, King George was bad.
Opinion!
Opinion. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching.